Good morning. My name's Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. Today's date is November 15, 2023. The time is 10:04 a.m. and we are on the record. I want to thank those of you that are here present on today's Zoom. I want to thank y'all for being here today. A lot more people were summoned to be here today. They didn't show up, but you folks did. And I want you to know that I appreciate that. These proceedings are being conducted live on Zoom. They are also being recorded on Zoom and in the courtroom on the court's recording system. These proceedings are also being broadcast live on the court's YouTube channel. If you're here today, you're here on either the arraignment docket or on the show cause docket, okay? The arraignment docket, that means you're here for the first time to answer to your violation. And if you're here on the show cause docket, that means that you've already entered in a plea of guilty or no contest. You've been ordered to do something you haven't done it, and you're here to tell the court why. So some things I need to let you know. Every case that is heard in this court is a Class C misdemeanor. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no jail time in these cases, but an attorney can help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standards as if you were an attorney. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. So the way this is going to work is that when I call your case, please unmute your device. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, and then I'm going to swear you in. After I swear you in, I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with, and then I'm going to ask you, how do you plead? You're going to have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are essentially the same thing in that I will find you guilty and we will move to the sentencing portion of your case. The only difference between those two is that when you plead no contest, what you're telling the court is that you're not contesting the matter. You're not saying you did it. You're not saying you didn't do it. But what you are telling the court is that there's enough evidence before the court at this time to substantiate a finding of guilt. The other difference is that when you plead no contest, if someone attempts to enter your plea of no contest in a higher court to prove liability, a plea of no contest will not be allowed into evidence. However, a plea of guilty could be allowed into evidence. Those are some things to think about when you're entering your plea. Like I said, if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, we will go to the sentencing portion of the case. At the sentencing portion of the case, there's a number of things I can do, from placing you on what's called deferred disposition. That's where if you do what I ask you to do and you pay what I ask you to pay, in the time that I ask you to pay it, the case will get dismissed. If your case qualifies for deferred disposition, I will offer it to you. In some cases, I can offer the defensive driving program. However, there are some cases where my hands are tied and all I can do is find you guilty and issue a fine and court costs. If you find yourself in a situation, if I order a fine and court costs where you are unable to pay, there are alternative means to payment. There is an application that you can request from the court. You fill it out. I will have a hearing. And if I determine that you are in fact indigent under the law, there's a number of things I can do, from putting you on an extended payment plan. That means a payment plan beyond 90 days, beyond 30 days, or put you on community service or a combination of those things. It's important to know that just because you do not have any financial resources at this time, that there are other ways to satisfy your obligation. If you enter a plea of not guilty, then your case is going to be set for trial. And once again, it's going to be your choice whether you want a trial before a jury or a trial in front of the judge, which would be me. Whichever you pick, you will be set for a pretrial first. At that pretrial, which will be conducted via Zoom, there will be a prosecutor who represents the state of Texas present. It is the prosecutor who brings the case on behalf of the state of Texas that you will be able to speak to. It is at that time, if you have any evidence you want him to consider, any witnesses you want him to talk to, any excuses or defenses that you may have, you talk to the prosecutor. The prosecutor is able to do a number of things, from negotiating a plea bargain agreement to recommending dismissal of the case if he feels that the case is warranted. Okay. The point being is that speaking to the prosecutor, that may be the best way to try to resolve your case, short of going to trial. Okay. If you are unable to resolve your case with the prosecutor, then your case will be set for trial and you will receive a notice of trial, and that will be conducted in the courtroom live. So it's important to note that a lot of time people come to court for this initial proceeding and they're prepared to talk to the judge about their case. They want the judge to hear their side of the story, and you may very well have valid points and issues, but under the law, I am not allowed to hear any of the facts regarding your case until we are in trial, or motion filed and there's a prosecutor present to hear the case. So please don't think that I don't want to listen to what you have to say. It's just that I'm not allowed to. If that's regarding the actual your actual case. Some other things I need to let you know. There are consequences beyond this courtroom on certain cases. For instance, driving without insurance. If you are found guilty and convicted in this court, you could also be subject to surcharges from the state of Texas. If you have a question whether your particular charge is subject to consequences beyond this courtroom, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of no contest or a plea of guilty could affect your status in the United States. If you find yourself in this situation, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. Finally, once again, there are alternative means to payment. If you find yourself where you are unable to pay, please let the court know, and we will get an application to you. Okay. That being said, I need to reiterate that this is a court of record. Everything is being recorded live, and because we are a court of record, whoever sits in the position I'm in as judge has to be an attorney. So I've been an attorney for 26 years. And when I'm not doing this, I'm representing individuals like yourself in criminal cases. So that being said, I'm going to call the first case. Once again, I ask that you keep your devices on mute until your case is called. Are there any questions before I call the first case? Okay. Also, for those of you that are able to do it, if you look at your screen, it'll indicate it has a name for your device. A lot of you have your proper names on your device. Some of you don't. If you are able to, please change your device to reflect your name. If you are unable to do so, don't worry about it. When I call your case, let me know it's you, and I will change your name for you. Okay. There are no questions. I'm going to go ahead and go forward. Court calls cause number 2302 000-555, 556, 557, and 23080000123, State of Texas versus Casimiro Alvarez. Casimiro Alvarez. Court calls cause number 2309-000-456, State of Texas versus Juan Contreras. Juan Contreras. Court calls cause number 1-805-002-781 and 1-808-003-961, State of Texas versus Michael Contreras. Michael Contreras. Court calls cause number 2309-000-280, State of Texas versus Joseph Crocker. Joseph Crocker. Mr. Crocker, if you can please unmute your device.
Uh, is I'm not sure how to unmute it.
I'm trying to find you, Mr. Crocker. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I can, I'm just gonna change your name real quick. Your device. Okay, Mr. Crocker, if you can please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Down. Mr. Crocker, you are charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on or about September 26, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes.
And do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay. As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on or about September 26, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Mr. Crocker, if this matter goes to trial, do you want a trial in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
In front of the judge.
Okay, Mr. Crocker, let me just verify your address. Are you still at 4822 Castle Rose?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And can you give me a good phone number for you, please?
210-367-8155.
210-367-8155.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Crocker. Then you will be receiving a notice of pretrial where you'll be able to speak to the prosecutor if you so choose. In addition, if you have any pretrial matters that you wish the court to consider, you need to do that by way of written motion, okay?
What is that way of written motion?
For instance, if you want to file a motion to suppress the evidence, it would need to be in writing and filed with the court before that day, and then I will hear the evidence. If you just want to talk to the prosecutor, you don't have to file anything. But if there's anything that you want done before trial, it needs to be done in writing.
I guess, for example, if I have a receipt, which would help my case, would that be an example?
No, sir, that you would just need to show to the prosecutor. You may want to email a copy of the receipt ahead of time. That way they have it so they can hand it over to the prosecutor for him to have in his possession.
Okay. So should I be getting an email regarding my next Zoom date for this trial?
Yeah, you're gonna get it in your mail. Actually, it'll be mailed to you to your physical address.
Oh, so I won't be receiving an email of any sort?
We don't. Let me verify with my court administrator if we're sending emails out. Are we sending emails out, Crystal?
I can send an email. I do need him to provide that information to me if he wants it sent via email.
Okay, Mr. Crocker,
Yes.
you want to go ahead and give us your email address?
Yes, that's going to be Joseph Crocker 777@gmail.com.
Okay, Mr. Crocker. And this is for everyone else in the Zoom also. I didn't let y'all know this before. This is very important. Once you're done here today, it's important that you contact the court. If you live in Robstown or nearby, it's important that you come by the court to sign off on your plea, whether it's guilty or not guilty or no contest, whichever it may be. If you're out of town, if you'll provide the court with your email address, they will email you the documents to sign, and then you can send them back. Okay. A lot of times people enter their pleas and then we never see them again. Know this: if that's the case, a warrant for your arrest will go out. It will be as if you did not even show up today. All right. Any questions?
Quick. I do not live in Robstown. I actually live in San Antonio. So I would also need that very thing you just mentioned right now emailed to me as well.
Okay, yeah. Crystal they'll get that over to you, Mr. Crocker.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're excused. Court calls cause number 230-2000161 and 230-2001447, State of Texas versus Pamela Favela. Pamela Favela. Court calls cause number 230900335 and 23090000458, Jose Flores. Jose Flores. 230900331, Luis Garcia. Luis Garcia. Mr. Garcia, you need to unmute your device.
I just did, sir. Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Garcia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please raise your right hand, Mr. Garcia. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Garcia, you are charged with the offense of assault by contact family violence alleged to have occurred on or about September 22nd, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are accused of striking with a closed fist an individual by the name of Monica Santos. Are you aware of those charges?
I was not aware until I received the letter.
Okay, but you are aware now, correct?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, before I go any further, I'm required by law to read you the following admonishment. If you are convicted of a misdemeanor offense involving violence where you are or were a spouse, intimate partner, parent, or guardian of the victim, or are or were involved in another similar relationship with the victim, it may be unlawful for you to possess or purchase a firearm, including a handgun or long gun or ammunition pursuant to federal law under 18 U.S.C. section 922 G9 or section 46.04B of the Texas Penal Code. If you have any questions whether these laws make it illegal for you to possess or purchase a firearm, you should consult an attorney. Okay, Mr. Garcia, that being said, as to the charge of assault family violence alleged to have occurred on September 22nd, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, the court will accept your plea of not guilty. If you have to have a trial on this matter, do you want it in front of a judge or in front of the jury?
In front of the judge.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, let me just verify your address. Are you still at 803 East Avenue C?
Yes.
Okay, and can you give us a good phone number, please?
361-730-5087.
Okay.
Excuse me, no, it's not 87, it's 67.
67.
Yes, correct. Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, you just need, before the end of today, the court closes at 5 or at the latest tomorrow, you need to come by the court to sign off on your paperwork, okay?
By when, Your Honor?
Either by today, by 5 o'clock, or tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning?
You can come tomorrow morning.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay, thank you.
What time do you?
We open at 8:30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Court calls cause number 23090000334, Alejandro Guerrero. Alejandro Guerrero. Court calls cause number 23090000361, Angel Herrera. Angel Herrera.
Judge, Mr. Herrera is in the waiting room, waiting to get let in.
Okay. Court calls number 2309-000004, Damian Jacob Martinez.
I'm right here.
Mr. Martinez, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Martinez, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication alleged to have occurred on or about August 20th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir. Does it have the address of or where they stopped me or what was the location?
Let me see here. 416 East Avenue G in Robstown.
Okay, even though I live there, it's still.
Mr. Martinez, hold on, Mr. Martinez, you cut out on me. Go ahead. Crystal, I think he's cutting out on us.
Okay, let me try to contact him, Judge.
Okay, I'll go to the next case. Court calls number 2309-000314, Eric Blake Martinez.
I'm here.
Mr. Martinez, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Mr. Martinez, you are charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on or about October 8, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on or about October 8, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Court will accept your plea of guilty. Mr. Martinez, I'm going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition. And I'll explain what that is here in a minute.
Okay.
It's going to be a fine of $230, cost of $76 for a total of $306. I'm also going to require that you do a drug education course online. That has to be done within the 90-day period, and a certificate evidence that you did it turned into the court within the 90 days.
Okay. And would you send me the link, or how do I get the link to the course?
Crystal, do we have those links, or we just ask? They just Google Texas.
They just Google, but we can give them that information. We have it in a form.
Okay, we'll give you that form, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez, when can you pay the 306?
I can pay it probably about next week. Can I do payment plans, or does it have to be like the lump sum in total?
Well, that's why I'm asking. How much can you pay now, and then I can figure out the remainder.
I can do like $100 today.
Okay, so we'll have you pay $100 today. The remainder has to be paid within. You think you can get it paid in 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay, the remainder within 30 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Martinez, I just need you to come by the court no later than 5 o'clock today or at the latest tomorrow. And can you give me your phone number, please?
Yes, sir. It's 361-737-2674. And I'm actually in Houston right now for work. Is there a way I can pay and sign my contest online?
Yeah, they can email you the forms. Can you give us an email, please?
Yes, sir. So it'll be my full name, Eric Blake Martinez at yahoo.com.
You got that, Crystal?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, we'll get that over to you. You have any questions?
Can you give me the total again?
$306.
306. Okay. And then they'll email me the link where I can pay it online today.
Yeah, they'll let you know how to do that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm nice.
Court calls cause number 150901494, 16010000353. Marcelo Mireles. Marcelo Mireles. Court calls cause number 2309000363. Idalia Ramon Perez. Ms. Perez, you just need to unmute your device. You're still on mute, Ms. Perez. There should be a little icon that looks like a phone that you have to push.
I see it. You see it? Can you hear me now?
I can. There you go. Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Let me get your file real quick, Ms. Perez.
Yes, sir.
You are charged with the offense of failing to yield the right of way, causing an accident. This is alleged to have occurred on or about October 16th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of failure to yield right of way causing accident on or about October 16th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court accepts your plea of not guilty. Ms. Perez, if you have to have a trial on the matter, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
Friend of the judge.
Okay, Ms. Perez, let me just verify your address. Are you at 3117 North 83rd Street in Edinburgh?
No, sir. I did call the municipal court to address my I just moved to Robstown, and my correct is 4684 Herrera Street, Robstown, Texas.
Okay. And can you just verify your phone number, please?
Yes, sir. Area code 956-558-9320.
Okay, Ms. Perez, you're going to be getting a notice of pretrial. That
Yes,
would,
sir.
I said before, it will be conducted via Zoom. You'll get that via mail. And if you can just show up to that, you'll be able to speak to the prosecutor if you so choose.
Okay.
Crystal, you have her updated address and everything?
I just put it in the file right now, Judge.
Okay, perfect. Ms. Perez, if you can just make sure you come by the Robstown Municipal Court no later than 5 o'clock today or at the latest tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can click here.
Sir, what's your name, sir? Let me go ahead and get you done since there's nobody else in the court, and then I'll deal with everybody else. You can just unmute your device.
Hello,
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Armando Sanchez.
For calls number 230200394, 230200156, 23020000626, 23020011973, 23020000390. State of Texas versus Armando Sanchez III. Mr. Sanchez, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Armando Sanchez III, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna go one jacket at a time. This is on 230223. Hold on. Yeah, 230200394 and 230200156. In that case, you are charged with public intoxication alleged to have occurred on or about February 1st, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. And in 230200156, you are charged with failing to appear on or about March 27th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of those charges
Yes, sir.
and you understand them?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of public intoxication on or about February 1st, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
And as to the charge of failing to appear on or about March 27, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty. I'm not really sure. There was a few of the public intoxications, and I don't remember the last time I was on Zoom, but there was supposed to be 2 cases caught on Zoom, but they weren't. Y'all caught another case, and then they gave me the FTA for those 2. So
Okay.
I'm not pretty sure which one's which.
Okay, well, you want to plead not guilty on that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The court will accept your plea of no contest on the public intoxication and your plea of not guilty on the failure to appear. On the public intoxication, Crystal, does Mr. Sanchez, I know he has some here, some public intoxication, but other than these, does he have other public intoxication?
Let me look at his file, Judge. One moment. He has a few, Judge. He's on extension for some other public intoxication back in 2020. But these are prior
These
cases.
here are prior cases?
The ones that he has the ones that we have right now, and then he's got some ones that he had prior to these ones that he had public intoxication.
How many?
He's got one from 2020. In 2014, but I think those are closed out, Judge. So I think that was it. And then he's got a possession of drug paraphernalia that he got in 2018, but that's all I show.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Sanchez, I was asking that question because I'm inclined to put you on deferred, but deferred is for people that are gonna learn from their mistakes. Like, I don't want you to get convictions, right? But it seems like you're repeating this mistake over and over again, this public intoxication. I mean, it's okay to drink, Mr. Sanchez, but you just gotta do it, in the privacy of your home or someplace where you're not gonna draw the attention of police officers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And one of the public intoxications was at my home.
Well, I'm not dealing with those. I'm dealing with the one you pled guilty on or no contest on, right? And I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
in general, okay? I'm gonna place you on deferred, Mr. Sanchez. But I need you to do something to resolve all these. Are you currently employed?
No, not at the moment.
So if you're not employed, there's an application you fill out and I can put you on community service so you can take care of all these and get them behind you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Day to be where you enter your pleas, I enter a sentence, and then next thing you know, they're issuing warrants because it hasn't been complied with. I want you to be compliant. I want you to get this behind you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And then on the drug paraphernalia in 2018, you had gave me community service, but I don't think they put it on the file, so that one never got handled. But I did do all the community service you gave me, and that was supposed to be a part of it, but I guess they forgot to file it with it.
Okay, I don't think I have that one in front of me right now. But if that's an issue, we'll look into it and see if we have the paperwork. So on this case, on this public intoxication, it's gonna be 90 days deferred disposition. It's gonna be a fine of 230. Well, actually, this is where it starts to get up there, Mr. Sanchez, right? Because you didn't appear. So the fine's 230, but the court costs go up, right? So the costs were $81, so now they're 250, 230. So that one case has gone up to 480, 230 altogether. I'm gonna put on here to be paid in 90 days, Mr. Sanchez, but that gives you an opportunity to fill out the application. And if you qualify for community service, then we'll have you pay that by way of community service, okay?
Yes, sir.
On the not guilty plea, if you have to have a trial, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
In front of the judge.
Okay. And okay, that's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the next one. Court calls number 2302000626. That's gonna be assault, family violence that you're being charged with. So I'm required by law to read you the following admonishment, Mr. Sanchez. Let me get to the page. If you are convicted of a misdemeanor offense involving violence where you are or were a spouse, intimate partner, parent, or guardian of the victim, or are or were involved in another similar relationship with the victim, it may be unlawful for you to possess or purchase a firearm, including a handgun or long gun or ammunition pursuant to federal law under 18 USC section 922 G9 or section 46.04B of the Texas Penal Code. If you have any questions whether these laws make it illegal for you to possess or purchase a firearm, you should consult an attorney. All right. That being said, Mr. Sanchez, you are charged with assault, family violence alleged to have occurred on or about March 24th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are accused of I don't know, this doesn't make sense to me. It says, okay, this is a threat, assault by threat, family violence. And all it says that you're accused of intimidation, fear on victim's face. And the alleged victim is Alyssa Velasco. Are you aware of that charge, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, sir.
You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As to the charge of assault, family violence by way of threat alleged to have occurred on or about March 24th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
If I would plead not guilty, when I talk to the prosecutors, would they enhance it or would it still
No.
stay a class of misdemeanor?
No, you can plead not guilty, talk to the prosecutor, and if you want to change your plea later, that's up to you.
Yes, sir. I'll plead not guilty to that.
That's a good point you bring up on these family violence cases. These are misdemeanors, then you're charged, if you're charged in the future, if you get convicted on these and you're charged in the future, you could be enhanced. But not for pleading not guilty and speaking to the prosecutor. That's your absolute right, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you have to have a trial in the matter, you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
In front of the judge. And if the evidence is, you said if there was no evidence or anything like that, you could suppress it, right, with the prosecutor?
You can talk to the prosecutor. If he agrees that there's no evidence, he has the ability to recommend this. If it goes to trial, then yeah, there has to be some evidence presented. However, you know, it could just be witness testimony. It could be, it could be videos, whatever the evidence presents. Okay, so that's that case, Mr. Sanchez. You need to make sure you come in on all these cases. I still have two more I'm dealing with you here, but make sure you come in to sign off on those plea paperwork, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sanchez, on the next one, let me call it. Cause number 230200197 State of Texas versus Armando Sanchez. This one is also for public intoxication, alleged to have occurred on or about June 15th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. You're aware of that charge, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, sir.
And you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of public intoxication on June 15th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Court will accept your plea of not guilty. You want this also in front of the judge, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then the last one is cause number 23020000390 State of Texas versus Armando Sanchez III, and that is for possession of drug paraphernalia. And on this one, Mr. Sanchez, this is the one you're talking about. On March 31st, 2003, you entered a plea of not guilty and you requested a jury trial, but you never came in to sign off on your paperwork.
What was the date again? I'm sorry about that.
That was March 31st, 2023. You appeared via Zoom and you entered a plea of not guilty and a request for jury trial, but you did not come in to sign off on the paperwork. So that's why this one again is on the docket. Do you still wish to plead not guilty? And
I think I did a no contest.
well, we're having to do it all over again. So as to this charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest.
Court will accept your plea of no contest. I'm also going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition to run concurrent with your other case. And remember, Mr. Sanchez, deferred disposition means if you do what I ask you to do and you take care of the fine, whether it's by paying or by way of community service, the case gets dismissed at the end of the day, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a fine of, Crystal, is it $230? And
Yes, Judge, 230 and a cost of 81.
the cost of 81. And the drug education course. Did I order, oh, that was on, and you gotta do a drug education course, Mr. Sanchez, online.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you the 90 days to pay that off, but like I said, come fill out that application, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you are excused.
All right, thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Crystal, I got two people in here.
I think you have two people waiting, a Mr. Herrera, and I'm not sure who the other individual was, Judge.
I think they're together.
I got these people, Damian Martinez.
That's correct.
Mr. Martinez,
Yes, sir.
okay, you cut out on me and then you were gone. We were talking about this public intoxication charge alleged to have occurred on or about August 20th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. I believe you were asking me something when we got cut off.
Oh, yes, I was asking the location.
Oh, yes, says here 416 East Avenue G in Robstown.
Yeah, so if I live there, is it still considered public intoxication?
It can be, it just depends on the facts. That's something that you'd have to talk to the prosecutor about. The prosecutor can talk to you if he agrees that the facts don't amount to it being in public. And like I said, he has the ability to recommend dismissal of the case.
Okay.
So as to the charge of public intoxication alleged to have occurred on or about August 20th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Mr. Martinez, if you have to have a trial on the matter, you want it in front of the judge, in front of the jury?
The judge, please.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, are you still at that address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you give us a phone number, please?
361-678-8141.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, make sure that you make arrangements to come by the court either by 5 o'clock today or before 5 o'clock tomorrow to sign off on your paperwork.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you. You're excused. Sir, can I have your name? I don't think he has volume. Sir, you don't have yeah, your connection's not good. And I don't know if you can hear me or not. You want to type something out to him, Crystal?
Doing that right now, Judge.
Crystal? Hello? Mr. Herrera? Crystal?
Yes, Judge.
I don't know, I'm getting all kinds of reverberation. I don't hear Mr. Herrera. I thought you said he was in the court. I thought he was here in person.
Hello?
Mr. Herrera. This is Angel Herrera? Okay, Mr. Herrera, I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. Can you please raise your right hand?
My right hand?
Yes. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, Mister, you can put your hand down. Mr. Herrera, you are being charged with the offense of theft alleged to have occurred on or about October 12th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are accused of taking some clothing and sanitizer of value less than $100 from the Dollar General in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge? And do you understand it? Okay, Mr. Herrera, I need to explain some things to you because you weren't in the courtroom earlier, or did you hear everything that I explained earlier?
I did not think.
Okay, so every case that's heard in this courtroom is a Class C misdemeanor. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in the case. But an attorney could help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standards as if you were an attorney. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. You understand these rights? Some other things I need to let you know, Mr. Herrera, there are alternative means to payment. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest and I order a fine and court costs and you're unable to pay that, you could ask for an application that you can fill out. And if you qualify, then we can do something different. Also, there are consequences beyond this courtroom. For instance, on a theft charge, it's considered a crime of moral turpitude. So this could have adverse effects on you outside of this courtroom. Finally, if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could affect your status in the United States. All right, Mr. Herrera, that being said, as to the charge of theft alleged to have occurred on or about October 12th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead? Oh, and I forgot to tell you, you have three choices: guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
No contest.
Court will accept your plea of no contest. Mr. Herrera, what items are we talking about here? What items are they accusing you of taking? These were stuff that you needed, Mr. Herrera. I imagine you weren't working at the time.
Yes, sir.
Are you working now, Mr. Herrera?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Herrera. I'm gonna place you on 90 days deferred disposition. Don't get in trouble for 90 days, and the case will get dismissed. The fine is gonna be $0. The only thing you're gonna have to pay is court costs, Mr. Herrera, of $76. This could have been $276, but Mr. Herrera, I'm taking into consideration that it looks like you were in a position where you were trying, because you had nothing else. You were taking something that wasn't yours because it seems like you were in need of it at the time, but you now understand that That's not what you have, that you can't do that, right, Mr. Herrera? Okay, and it looks like you got a job now, and it seems like you're doing something to better yourself and your family, so I'm taking that into consideration. That's why I'm not gonna issue a fine of $200, okay? All right, Mr. Herrera, make sure that you come by the court, no later than, you're at work right now, so I don't know what time you get out, but try to be here by tomorrow. If not, call the court and they can email you the documents, okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a nice day.
You too. Crystal,
Yes, Judge.
okay, who do we have outside?
Mr. Pinion? That's it? Just Mr. Pinion.
Oh, that's the one with a bunch.
Yes.
Why do the ones with a bunch? We always have them at the very end, right? Okay.
You wanna see him in the court already, Judge?
Yeah, I do, and if somebody can come unlock the courtroom.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, please.